Hi, thanks for joining us. My name's Aaron Tulledge. I'm the guest host for ComSpark TV today. And with me, I have Ray Stanley, CIO of Marian University. Ray, thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Absolutely. So I wanted to jump right in and hit you with the question of what challenges are you most concerned with around the IT field?
That's a broad question, but I think it's a question that everybody in the IT field, especially at the IT director or chief information officer position, is dealing with cybersecurity. Mm-hmm. We talk about data breaches, we talk about the situation of email breaches and things like that, and those are certainly daily challenges that we all face. I think the bigger situation that is a national security issue is our utilities, our banking, national security. We focus on the little things, but we stand in a situation where the next type of world war may be a situation where it's all technology. Mm-hmm. So bombs and things like that may be done with computers. And how do I breach and get into your utility system or your weaponry system or things like that? So there's certainly a lot of risk there. Cybersecurity is from that big national defense field all the way down to somebody that is looking at an email, getting an email. Maybe they're being told, a common one that we see is, can you go by, this is from the chief financial officer maybe, and they've spoofed that email address, and they say, hey, can you go buy me 10 gift certificates from CVS? This is for some type of an event. Can you do that real quick, scratch off the numbers and send it to me? I don't have time to go through the paperwork. If you could do that for me real quick, that'd be great. It'd save me a lot of time. Mm-hmm. and let's get that happening as fast as we can. We actually see that monthly, if not weekly. Wow. We see situations where spoofing our university president, maybe it's just another coworker. Hey, can you sign off on this for me? And trying to really work the bypass the processes that we've got in play. Mm-hmm. We can put all the technology we can into place, but unless we're looking at the human element, unless we've done proper security awareness training, working with our staffs, our students, our faculty, that's where the risk is, and that's where we really ought to be spending a high majority of our time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Those attacks are coming from all different angles.
Absolutely. Thousands of threats a day coming into the university. It's mind-boggling how many different ways and different methods the bad guys are working to get in, and it's scary. On a personal level, my grandmother gets emails and stuff, mm-hmm. and I get calls all the time. Hey, this doesn't look right, or should I send this to him, or things like that. And it's happening all around the world, and it's certainly happening at the university. And we work daily to protect the university's assets. For a university our size, if we were to get a fairly significant breach, that could cripple the university. Mm-hmm. When I think about if we got out into the newspaper and the headlines, 15,000 student records identified, that gets out into the public, that gets into students that are looking to come to Marian University. Maybe it's somebody that's a friend of the university and gives donations. Maybe it's students looking to come back and have been gone for a while. If we're in the news and we're in a situation where we're having breaches and their information's getting put out onto the dark web and their information's getting stolen, that's gonna damage the university. So doing the investments needed both from technology and that human touch, it's critical for current revenue, it's critical for future revenue. And it's certainly the biggest topic that we look at on a daily, yearly basis.
Wow, yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I see it on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So as an IT leader at Marian University, how do you work with the leadership across other functional groups there to drive business projects forward?
So you mean just like in the Field of Dreams, the build it and they will come. Those days are over, hopefully. There's a lot of still, I go to conferences or I go to certain seminars, and you hear about an IT leader that's talking about building this great new application or this wonderful product that they're building. It's like, well, have you talked with the admissions folks? Have you worked with the fundraising team? Have you done all the due diligence? And still to this day, it blows my mind that all that work isn't being done. So up front, we have steering committees, we have user groups. We don't, from an IT standpoint, we really don't kick a project off unless it's been requested. If it's something that we see drive revenue, we want to make sure that it's tied to our strategic goals and our wildly important goal. We have at Marian University, President Elsner has the wildly important goal, and that's tied to revenue, or I'm sorry, to graduating students by 2025. And everything we do, we need to come back to that wildly important goal and make sure that it's driving enrollment, it's driving student retention, it's making sure that students are getting the education that they need. And so we're constantly making sure that every project we engage in, certainly though that are cross-functional, that we've done our homework and making sure that we're working with the different groups across campus.
Wow, yeah. And I know at times that could probably be challenging with growth like Marian's experiencing, and obviously taking on the med school. So you have a lot of different, divisions of business, if you will, that you guys cater to.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we're always going to have those IT projects that have to, that are just necessary, whether it's upgrades to certain servers or those things. Those things are going to occur. But like you said, with the introduction of the College of Osteopathic Medicine a few years ago, or whether it's bringing on new opportunities, we get to the table quick. We're making sure that IT is involved from the very beginning of all the projects, and that we're a business partner. I think it's critical that IT is looked at as a business partner, and that it's just not, IT, we got to go spend that. We just have to do that. Those days should be over, and CIOs and IT directors ought to have a seat at that cabinet level, where at a university or at any company that they've got a say and they've got a piece at that higher level table, because it really is more than just I've got to spend the money with technology. Right. Let technology help drive some of the solutions.
So Ray, does Marian University have a strategy around storing, collecting, and normalizing their data?
Data is such an important asset to every organization, but especially someone like Marian University. We're in the middle of implementing a new ERP in higher education. It's called a student information system. We're looking at just the amount of data we're starting to, from a retention standpoint, bringing that data in, integrating it with data from advancement, fundraising, admissions, taking data from our access points and physical security, so that we can start to say, you know what, a student that is at the library 3 hours a week has a 20% chance, better chance of returning next year, or things like that. We're really focusing on data. How do we use it? How do we drive new student enrollment? How do we use it for retention of students? How do we use it from fundraising? It's such an important part of the university. I want to make sure that not only are we protecting the data, but we're using it in the right way. And we've got a couple different groups at the university using the data. We've got an institutional reporting group that does a magnificent job of taking the data, getting it into the right data mart, data warehouse formats for reporting. And over the next few years, we're really going to go from a university that uses data to being really a data-driven university. Can't wait for that change, and I'm looking forward to it to happen fairly soon.
Very cool. So not only are you teaching, but you're learning from
Learning, yes,
too.
very much so.
Very well, this has been really great. Thank you.
Yeah,
for the time.
thank you. I appreciate the time. It's been great.
Yeah, and if you guys would like to learn more, visit us at ComSpark.tech.
Excellent.